guys. Little boss man deal.
Kyrie, you guys had 21 forced turnovers tonight. Let's talk about your defensive effort, just the whole team tonight.
We were good?
You guys were really good tonight.
Oh, shoot. Man, being out there a few times, it felt like we had some breakdowns, but I'm glad that the stats reflect kind of how hard we were playing. And one of the toughest games to win is coming off a long road trip, so we definitely answered that call tonight. Proud of the guys, and we really battled tonight. They were coming off a back-to-back, so we kind of knew that they would eventually run into some gas problems or some depth problems. They ran into some foul trouble as well. DeAndre Hunter was out of the game, so it was a big stretch in the game where we had to make our run, make our push, and grateful we did that.
Kyrie, we know how last season ended. You even told me last month, you guys know what it feels like to fail. Mm-hmm. With that feeling in mind, how does it feel to clinch a playoff spot?
Shoot, man, I got a meme in my photos. You know how us professional athletes love memes that the media puts out. I think ESPN gave us a D, like a grade D for the trade of me coming here. So I think us clinching the playoff spot and putting ourselves in great position definitely answers some of those questions that were asked last season and some of the naysayers and all that stuff. It's a great moment to again answer those questions and succeed in clinching the playoff spot.
Is there a redeeming feeling at all with it, or not really?
I mean, life is about redemption, man. Especially in sports, where anybody could say anything, and something can happen the next day or the next 2 weeks or next few months that leads you to succeeding at a very high level or failing at a high level. I mean, just comes with it. So it's always about redemption. Every day you wake up and just try to strive to be better. So it feels good.
There's obviously kind of a bigger goal of getting into the top 6 and one of the guaranteed playoff spots. There's so many scenarios there. Does it simplify it just to know winning is really the only thing that matters and you can't really worry about how all that's going to shake out?
Yeah, that's why we're in the business, to win.
What was it like? I mean, Luka picks up the quick 2 fouls, and to have yourself and D. Jones and PJ and those guys all kind of chip in and hold the fort down and so forth.
Yeah.
How much does that help a team's confidence, especially a team that's already playing pretty well?
Oh man, I mean, PJ started off the game really well, and not every game is going to start off that way, but when it's needed, I think we all have to kind of galvanize around each other and just be ready for any scenario. We start off the game and shots are going in or shots are not going in. We're going to have to rely on each other, especially in the defensive end. And offensively, I feel like we'll take care of it. Just we got to get great shots. Once we start getting into the paint and started making some easy ones for each other or creating easier opportunities for each other, felt like we created that separation. So the start of the game, we didn't start the way we wanted to. I think collectively as a group, we had some guys that filled in, 2 points there, 4 points there. But once we got it going and collectively as a group, then we were hard to stop.
What have you seen from PJ? He had that tough stretch in March, with the shot. Talked tonight about getting in the gym, working on his footwork. Obviously it feels good to have a night like he had tonight. What have you seen with him working through that and getting back in flow?
It feels good to see him continue to put in that work. I mean, this is what you sign up for basketball for when you want to become a professional, is to continue to get better. And he's on a better team now. No disrespect to the Charlotte Hornets, but just he's on a better team where the shots matter, and we need him to make those shots. And we have the confidence in him. And when he's not making them, that's not the time to give him anything less than encouragement. We need to continue to feed him that confidence, and when he's playing well on the defensive end, I think that feeds his offensive capabilities. And when he's getting wide open looks and starts off the game with it, he makes his first, that makes a big difference. But now we just get into the next phase of all our maturity, right? Where if we're not making shots, we just continue to fire away. And some people may not like that statement, but we got to continue to fire away on the open looks and trust that our work will showcase at the right time.
Kyrie, kind of going off of your intro song as you were walking in singing Boss Man D-Lo, how much is music a part of your pregame ritual or just your life in general to help you kind of lock in?
I mean, music influences humanity in a deep way, so it influences me too. I love every genre of music, and listen to Sam Cooke before the game, and Boss Man D-Lo's ringing in my head right now, as well as he's taking over this younger generation. But yes, it gets me going, gets our team going. And I think because we have such an international team and such a diverse team, one day we're listening to Serbian music, and the next day we're listening to Bossman D'Lo. It's just everything on the spectrum is pretty cool. So that's the luxury of being on this team.
What's your
How much
favorite
is-
Serbian song?
My favorite Serbian song, the one where we tip the singers hundreds of dollars. If you know, you know.
What did you see out of rookie Kobe Buffkin? Especially this.
Don't look too deep in that. That's for Luka. That's for Luka, man.
Wait a minute.
Oh man, what do you say? Go ahead.
What did you see out of rookie Kobe Buffkin? Not just his
What a
name.
name too.
Yeah.
What a name, man. Man, he was challenging me, and I'm really appreciative of that. Just a young point guard coming into the league and really being able to establish himself and showcase his talent, man. That's what it's about. He got the opportunity. He took full advantage of it. He played well, and hopefully he keeps it going towards the end of the season. So I want to see guys like that do well. Any young player that comes in and challenges me gets my respect. So just grateful that we can see this next generation taking that competitive edge to a new level, and no fear out there. It's competition.
How much defensively is effort contagious? Does it build on each other? I mean, I guess we've seen situations where there is not as much effort, and then for an individual player, why would you give effort if nobody else around you is? Is that true in the inverse, where you feel if you see someone really trying, really putting in effort out
What are
there,
you getting
that,
at?
do what?
What are you getting at right now? What are you talking about? Just if you could simplify that question, that was a lot.
It was a little
You're talking
complicated.
about
I was
one guy's
thinking.
playing
So you mentioned PJ and you mentioned Charlotte and you just mentioned the responsibilities of being on a better team where
Yeah.
everybody is trying. Is that something where you can't let your teammates down because you see how hard
Okay.
they're working?
Yeah, for sure. That's a internal thing, and it's also a camaraderie thing. It's a chemistry aspect. It's a trust aspect, and it's also most importantly, it's an attitude and effort. Once you have those controllables figured out, then you can start talking about body positioning, and then also just natural talents and gifts. Just guys having longer wingspans and being defensive-minded players since they were young, or playing different roles. You just hope when guys come on a team that they're able to assimilate a little bit easier, and they don't have kind of those rough patches where they're trying to overthink the game. It's basketball at the end of the day. We have coaches that study the game for hours. We have players on our team that study the game for hours. We have upper management that looks for talent out there for us. So once they put the group together, then it's on us as leaders and as teammates to be there for one another and teach the game. That's an aspect that we don't talk about as peers, is how well guys teach the game. And you can be very good at defense and teach to somebody who's very good at offense. So it's just picking your spots and giving that effort that's necessary.
Kyrie, after the game, I saw you embrace Derrick, say what's up to him.
Yeah, shout out to Legend, man, the statue.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all's relationship or friendship looks like, but you've been here long enough where you kind of understand what Derrick means. What would you say that Derrick means to the Dallas Mavericks from what you understand?
Oh man, shoot, I can tell you what he means to the broader basketball culture.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I think for Dallas in general, he created a culture of championship winning and MVP-like performances, a lot of game winners, playing with a lot of the legends in the league. If you look at the names that are on the floor, you see a lot of legendary names that have come through Dallas and helped build this franchise to be where it is today. Although it's only one championship, a lot of franchises can't say the same that they won a championship. So that means something in the basketball cultural world and in sports world, and just the respect that I have for him as a peer. And as a little brother, right? So I look at Dirk as someone I could always go to if I need some resources or advice, and just hearing about the quality of human being he is and how much he influenced Luka and other guys that have come in through here. It's nothing but positive things. So he had his ups and downs, just like every great pro. Won a lot of games, lost some games, but the respect and the love that I have for him is just unconditional. He set the standard here, and he's built a large legacy that other guys want to follow.
Thank you, Kyrie.
You want to boss up, you like?
PJ, y'all forced 21 turnovers tonight. Just talk to me about your defense tonight.
We wanted to be aggressive with them. Obviously, we felt like they're a great team. They won 6 out of 7, so we wanted to come in and protect home court coming off a loss in Golden State. So I think everybody bought into the defensive end, and we were connected and talked the whole game. So I think we did good on that.
You made some big threes tonight during that 10-0 run at the end of the half, and then when they got within 10 points late in the fourth quarter, another big one to push it back to double digits. Talk about your confidence in those moments and how comfortable you've become in this offense.
My confidence has just been growing each and every game. Obviously, I've been in the gym working on my shot, so for me, it's just take it with confidence and just step into it and make sure my foot works right. So obviously, they went in tonight, but I mean, I'm not going to say they will go in every night. So for me, just trying to be consistent, doing the same thing with my footwork.
You guys haven't lost back-to-back games in a month. Can you speak on the resilience of this group, being able to kind of bounce back?
I think it just shows our toughness and for us. I mean, like I said, we had to come in and protect home court, so everybody was locked in and ready to play. And hats off to everybody. I mean, we stepped in and did everything we were supposed to do and played like a team tonight.
Do you feel like you guys are playing your best ball right now, or on your way toward playing your best ball?
Yes, sir. I mean, I feel like we're in a good place. Everybody's buying in, everybody's playing together, and everybody's happy for each other. So it's great to be on a team like this, and I'm just excited.
PJ, first of all, how's it feel to be home after a long road trip that y'all had?
Man, so excited. I can't wait to go get in my bed. So just happy to be back.
And then you hold the team under 100 points. What do you like defensively that you're seeing from yourself in this team right now?
I feel like we're buying in, especially on that end, just locking in the personnel, not letting guys get into a rhythm, and just trying to be aggressive on that end and be physical. I feel like our physicality is grown, and I feel like that's a reason why we're a lot better on defense.
How do you feel about now for you? You're going to be playing past game 82 for the first time.
Feels great. I mean, I just can't wait. I've been talking about it the whole time since I've been here, so I'm just excited to obviously get a taste of postseason play, and I just can't wait for it.
PJ, a few weeks ago during practice, you were telling us just you haven't seen this many in and outs in your life,
Yeah.
and now they're starting to fall like 44% over the last 6 games. How much easier does it make the game for you when you're knocking down threes at a high rate?
The game just, I mean, it comes simple at that point. So for me, obviously Luka's been great passing the ball, and everybody else as well, and instilling confidence in me. So for me, just like I said earlier, just footwork and just taking the open ones. And credit to my teammates for trusting me. Thank you, guys.
Pass this to coach and to PJ, but you guys forced 21 turnovers tonight. Just what did you see from the defense tonight?
I mean, that's just how we're trying to be every night. Try to be disruptive on defense, get as many deflections and steals and block shots that we can, so we can go the other way and score the ball.
Derrick, I see you looking at that box score sheet. What stands out to you the most?
I ain't really look at it that much, but
Glance at.
nice little glance. I don't know. I mean, we held them to shooting 34 from the 3. That's good. But I mean, I just like the way we played overall. I mean, it was a close game in the first half, and then we kind of put our foot on their throat and took it away.
How does it feel to rise up for a dunk like you had there in the second half?
It's just another dunk for me. I told you before, that's probably not even close to my top 50. That was a basic one-hand dunk.
Do you have to do any sort of recovery after a game when you dunk? Like, do you have to ice your hands? Is there a certain lotion or moisturizer?
No. I don't know. The rim don't hurt me. I guess I don't dunk the ball that hard. I do, but no, I don't have no pain from dunking the ball, me personally.
Most people don't jump as high as you.
That's true.
Maybe that's the difference.
Yeah, that's true. I throw the ball in a lot too.
What happened on the alley oop? Just a little too high?
No, I didn't jump high enough. That was on me. I didn't think Kyle was gonna make me try to jump to my highest ability. So, next time I'm gonna get it. For sure, next time I'm gonna get it.
You guys talk about it after?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it next time though.
So what's your verdict?
I don't know. I haven't checked my verdict since I was in my senior year in high school. But yeah, I don't know yet. Yeah, I guess we gotta check that out.
What was it in?
Then it was a 43 or 44.
Figured that was good to stand on.
Yeah. Like I said, when I'm down there and I get that 1-2 and take off, I don't really think it's many people that's gonna try to jump with me. if I'm in the air first, it's over.
From your perspective, what's been the catalyst that's made y'all's defense what it is now?
Like you said, we're getting a lot of turnovers, forcing a lot of turnovers, getting deflections, and just slowing their defense. Slowing their offense down, keeping plays in front of us, stopping our feet, and always being there to help one another. That's probably the most thing. You're just always there for each other.
Derrick, both Kid and PJ talked about the team's chemistry and kind of the vibes of the team so far. How much fun is it to play with a group of guys when y'all are winning like this?
That's amazing. Winning a game of basketball is always great, but the chemistry that we have together, the bond that we're building together is great. I love it. We all out there having fun, and we enjoying each other's success. That's the main thing. We all out there having fun and enjoying each other. So that's all I can tell.
Thanks.
Let's do it.
I like it if you don't have any questions. That's fine.
Jason, can you talk about the confidence you have in PJ Washington and his growth since coming over?
Yeah, I think since he's been, when you talk about PJ being here, we've always trusted, and you can see that on both ends, offensively and defensively. We've always graded him on the defensive end. Understanding that he's going to get good looks, he can put the ball on the floor. His mid-range game is as good as anyone's. And so, again, tonight, the bounce back for him being able to knock down the three for us helped us. And so we would love for him to do that every night, but we don't judge him on making threes. We love what he does for us on the defensive end.
Does this kind of game show he can be a third option in certain games?
Yeah, well, anyone can be the third option. We know we got the 1 and 2, and it's open for anyone to step into that third seat. And our 2 stars are going to create open looks for that, for not just PJ but for DJ. I thought he was great being able to put the ball on the floor, drive it, make plays for his teammates, but also get to the rim. Those 2 have been incredible for us on the defensive end. And so tonight we were a little tired, first game back from a long road trip, but I thought the chemistry and trust was shown again. It wasn't pretty, but we did what we had to do, and that was to get the win.
How did you feel about the way, Luka obviously picks up 2 quick ones, but you guys hold the fort down while he's out, and then he goes kind of nuts in the second and third?
Yeah, I think that's why it's called the Mavericks. It's his team. I think Luka gets in foul trouble. This is a great scenario. It could happen in a big game. It can happen in the playoffs. Someone else has to step up. I thought bringing Kai back early, he takes the reins, and Exum and those guys fall into place and helped us get back in the game. And I thought the tempo was at a high. We just couldn't make shots there. Again, just stay in the course, trust, the ball's touching the paint. We tried to get out and run, but give the Hawks credit there early on. They were making threes. We tried to get them off the three-point line, but they did a good job of making them. But this is a team, and being able to, as role players, to pick up your stars like they did tonight, that's big.
How important is it to play your best basketball this time of year and with the playoffs about 10 days away, but also is there a fear that you don't want to peak too early as well?
It's a great question, because you can ask that in December and January, and peaking too early. But I understand playing your best basketball this time of the year, March, April, May, June, it gives you a chance to win a championship. That's what we're playing for. Now, going through different scenarios in January or December, that's what the season's for, is to figure out and find out who you are. And that's what we've done. We, I think, understand who we are. Again, holding a team under 100 points is big, and it just shows that our defense is at a high level. And again, we're creating the open shots, we just haven't made them. And so there is a theory, once the playoff starts, we're going to make all those shots and continue to play that defense. So we'll see.
What do you think have been the biggest factors in the defensive turnaround over the last month and change?
Just understand what we're asking them to do. Again, I think I've said this before, sometimes it just takes some time. But when you get two players like Gaff and PJ athletically, and then also they think about the defensive end too. And so being able to get those two and having those two start sets the tone for us. And then being able, again, having Derrick Jones Jr., he's done that for us all season. And so to have those three out there to start puts us in a positive position on the defensive end.
Coach, I believe you all forced, I think, 21 turnovers tonight. Obviously, rim protecting is huge, but just turnovers, getting turnovers, how big is that for this team?
It's huge when we're not scoring. I mean, it was a beautiful fourth, 14-16. But just understanding if we're not making shots, we got to play the defensive end, and that's rebounding the ball, but also being able to get steals. And if we can get steals and get out and run and get some easy ones, that takes a little pressure off of our shooting.
What did you see out of Kobe Buffkin when he started?
I missed the first part, sorry.
Out of Kobe Buffkin when he started.
I thought a young player, lefty, I thought he played well for him. He shot the three, the midi, got to the basket. I think, again, he's a young, talented player for Atlanta. He was good tonight.
Jason, when you make a decision to do a coach's challenge, it's obviously for the betterment of the game, but do you ever see that return on investment energy-wise from your guys when they see that you're actively fighting for them?
Yeah, I'm actively fighting, but they are also challenging themselves. I think the league's going to change the rule that the players can just automatically make a challenge. So they can take the middleman out. That's just a joke. No, I am fighting every possession this time of year, but every game is important. And so you want to make sure that you have a good chance of winning, but sometimes challenges are used a little bit differently. Even if you think you're going to lose one, especially if you don't want to take that group out, it could be used as a longer timeout. So there's a lot of different things that go into that, but I am fighting for those guys, but I also trust when they tell me if the ball is out or if they didn't foul, that I'm a rock with them, and so that there's a trust between player and coach.
Coach Kidd, with PJ Washington, you already asked about him, but over the last 6 games, he's shooting above 40% from downtown. How much does it help y'all when he's shooting at a high clip, when you know his value as a defender, but his value as a shooter as well?
Yeah, it makes the game easy, and if you can make the game easy, that's what we're trying to strive for. Luka and Kai, do the heavy lifting of creating the double teams or being able to find the open guy. And maybe if, since you guys are writing about his struggles, he probably took that a little personal, and it's helped. And it's just a joke too. But just understanding that he's important to us, and I've said this before, Timmy and PJ, we need them to be able to make shots. It's not pressure. That just makes the game simple and fun for the other guys because they're going to get double teamed. And Gaff didn't have his great game tonight at the rim, but again, for Gaff to be able to catch and finish just makes the game easy because those two are going to get double teamed.